So how did the week went for you?
Well, to be honest, one of the most toughest week in terms of work, in terms of
Hmm.
business, and overall. But I don't know why this was the most positive I have been ever, like in my last 3 years. Like if you take week on week basis, all those situation was bad, but I was so positive and my mentality completely shifted. Like I was putting in more effort, as the recording said. So I was just going at it, just putting efforts. And by the time Friday came, I got a good result in my business and in my work also. I been putting 12 hours. That was great. So I had started to develop this positive mentality already. And I'm not shying away from like completing tasks, like procrastinating. A major credit goes to your video, which I saw. The Mast Mein one. Like, yeah. Overall, a very eventful week.
It's great to know. Thanks you for sharing that, and that's a
Yes.
significant development considering that it's been just 1 week that you started and we just had one session. So great. So that's how it turns out to be. So what helped you or what changed?
Recognizing that which state I'm going in first thing. No, okay,
Hmm.
now I'm being too controlling. Now
Hmm.
I'm going below average state. Okay,
Hmm.
take a step back, read it. Okay, and now reading, writing it so many times now it is imprinted over here. So I know I don't even have to read it. I know already. Okay, this is what I want to do.
Hmm.
So I automatically levitate. Yes, okay, it's fine. It's fine. Be the bigger person. Be honorable. Be noble. Be strong. You know you got it. So that helped. And in the recording itself, Ernest Heming, what's his name? Ernest? I forgot his
Stranger's
name.
Secret. Stranger's
Yes, yes,
Secret by Earl Nightingale.
yes. So he said that if you look for positive thing, then only you'll get positive. If you think for negative, you'll find negative. So I was developing that mindset as well. And he's
Hmm.
like, put the effort and let the universe do its job. Thou shalt seek what thou shalt have. Something that
True.
Bible
Yes.
verse.
Yes.
So that also had a major impact, to be honest. So yeah.
Okay. So I have been receiving your assignments. Okay. On a daily, I think yesterday only you missed. Otherwise, you had been sending it daily, even if it was
Yes.
late. So, which is good. Reading the states has been helping you. That's what I hear you saying. And how about the listening to audio, daily listening?
Daily listening in the morning. But unfortunately, I'm just doing it once. And in the weekends, I'm doing it twice.
Okay, that's fine. So the
Yeah.
what's important is try to do it twice. If you cannot, okay, that's one is okay.
Yes.
If you're not finding time, sometimes while going to sleep, you
Yes.
can try it.
Okay.
You can try it. And there is a reason. So when we wake up in the morning and then we when we go into the sleep,
The
so
subconscious is activated.
active. So if it gets into your subconscious, it helps you immensely.
Yes.
So if you're not
And
finding
also,
time, yeah.
yeah, also before we start the session, Thursday was a very bad day at work. I was feeling very low, but something amazing happened. While I was stepping out, I just saw some of my like Sikh brothers, like Sardars, and from being from 3 years staying in Canada, so I had a connection. So they just approached me. We had a good conversation, and then at the end of the conversation, I donated like 100 kilos of rice to the langar which is happening today.
Okay, that's great.
Yes,
It's
yes,
awesome.
and that noble act itself made me so happy, relaxed,
Hmm.
and I was all of a sudden my day just twisted. Like I was so happy, and that Sardarji was so like friendly with me, like that guy. He gave me his kada also.
Are wow,
Yes. So yeah, I just wanted to add in that
that's good.
also happened. Yes,
It's a
and I was so
contribution.
happy.
Yeah.
Yes. So whenever I'm in tough situation, I just look at this kada and I'm like, yes, he's there.
Okay, so you've got an anchor also. So in
Yes.
coaching, we use this anchor methodology also, where you connect yourself to some sign, symbol, kind of a thing. And that also helps you in remaining positive.
Yes.
Okay. Good, good. Lots of happening. Lots of happening. Yeah? Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Any challenge that you want to discuss before we move forward?
Yes. So what is the okay? I know I have to be noble, honorable. I have to be the bigger person. But what to do when someone is like uh crushing, like they're just stepping over your self-respect. They're just going at it. And there has to be a point where you have to tell them to stop it. Or if you become the bigger person, they'll just take you lightly. They'll take you as though you're a pushover.
In that case, you of course have to protect yourself. Okay.
Yes.
So let me tell you a small story and then you can relate. So once there was a snake.
Hmm.
Okay. And this snake was very venomous. He used
Hmm.
to bite people. One day, one of these sadhus who was going saw that snake, and then he gave the preaching to the snake that this is not the right thing. You should be honorable, noble, and you should be kind and don't do that.
Hmm.
So there was a change in the snake, and now he became harmless.
Hmm.
So what happened when the people came in? They considered that this is so inactive and dead. So first they were scared. Then the snake did not do anything. So then they touched. Snake did
Hmm.
not do anything. So then they were cutting the wood and all. So
Hmm.
what they did, they used snake for tying up those wood logs and all. And
Okay.
then they threw it away. So the snake was all bruised. Okay. So he was lying around. Again, that sadhu came and he asked, what happened? He said, see, you told me not to attack people, become harmless, and this is what people did to me. He said that I asked you not to attack people, but I've never asked you to defend yourself. So if
Okay.
somebody is, you know, doing bad with you, attacking you, it's your responsibility to attack yourself or protect yourself. Okay.
Perfect.
So
So
this
now
is
I'm
how it
happy
goes.
because that's what I did. I just started to go at it. So because it was my self-respect, and I was like, no, this is the line. So
Hmm.
I just told my colleague to stay in your limits. You're not the
Hmm.
boss. Don't behave like a boss. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine because see, if somebody is trying to step over, trying to use as a domain, or trying to bully, none of
Yes.
these things should be accepted, and you should draw the. So one of the things that we also talk about is drawing boundaries.
Hmm. That's so
So that
true.
so the other person is quite aware that what is it that can go with you and what is it that they cannot.
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. So that's what I did.
So if you're doing it, that's fine. And even if I connect with the spirituality and mythology, in Bhagavad Gita also, this was the same
Hmm.
question asked by Arjuna to Krishna. So Krishna said, to protect yourself, you have to do your duty. Okay.
Yes.
And that is what you're supposed to be doing.
And you have to stand for yourself.
Stand for
That's the
yourself. Stand for yourself. Because if you don't do that, then you are not, protecting yourself.
true. True.
And if you're not protecting yourself, how can you protect anyone else? So simple as that. So this is my views on this question of yours. Anything else?
No, at least like it was all good. But yeah, a lot of work drama. So I won't bother you with that.
So which is fine. So the good part is that challenges increased for you in the week gone by, but at the same time, your ability to handle them also increased. So you found strength. So which is fine. Working out in the gym, breaking the muscles, and then making new ones.
Yes.
Great. So now tell me about your baselines. So what came out as your baselines? Top six.
Okay. Number one, abundance.
Hmm.
Number two, dominance.
Hmm.
Number three, investing.
Okay.
Number four, mastery.
Hmm.
Number five, trust.
Hmm.
And number six, growth.
Okay. Now, how was the experience of going through that entire exercise while you were doing it?
it was great. But I was shocked, like there is no love, there is nothing, like top six. I was like,
Hmm.
what? And that was true also. Like I was happy, like yeah, abundance, dominance, investing, mastery, trust, growth. This is all I want. Yeah, this is it. So
So now when you look at these, are you able to relate? Yes, these are the things which are important for me.
this is for sure, for sure.
Okay, fantastic. So now this is a very powerful thing that you have done. Okay, because this will give you a lot of clarity about yourself and how to move forward. Okay, which we are going to
Mm.
discuss in the today's session. So it is going to be all around it. Begin with, let's do an activity. So these six baselines that you have written, just
Mm.
write a one line definition for each one of them, what they
Okay.
mean to you. Okay, so
So
yeah.
yeah, please complete. Please complete.
So I'm saying, so if you pick up say abundance, then there is some dictionary meaning, there is some meaning which was given there. But when you have chosen what this word means to you, understanding
Okay.
that is very important. So take 5 7 minutes, think through it, write down the definitions of all these, and then we'll
Okay.
move forward with the next step. Okay.
I'll just stop my camera, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. And do the work in the same notebook which we used last time.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Done.
I think I'll just keep it in here. Yeah.
Okay, so let's hear it out.
Abundance, having plenty in the sense like enough for me in the brackets, love, money, fun, etc. All of that.
Mhm.
Dominance, showing my assertiveness in a positive way, like guiding the team or like solve a big problem for a team.
Okay.
Investing, being mindful of allocating my time, energy, love, and money towards people, things, all of it.
Okay.
Mastery, being master of my skills, being a master of my skills, just like Japanese people, like they are renowned for their
Mm.
skillfulness.
Mm.
Trust, being able to have a relationship slash friendship where
Mm.
I can trust them with my life problems and achievements.
Okay. Great. So now keep this definition handy with you as we are going to move forward. Mm.
And
Okay, so
being
Venkatesh, I
able
think
to, okay,
you have network issue.
hello,
You can put your
yeah,
video on if there is a network connection issue. Yeah. So you can put your video off
yeah,
so that at least you can hear me. Can you hear me now?
yes, yes. Now am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Yeah, you were saying something.
Yeah, growth.
Hmm.
The definition is being able to be a better version of myself in terms of career, relationship, responsibilities, etc. Which
Okay.
I measure it year on year basis. Like last year, how was I, and this year, how am I doing?
Okay. So
Yes.
that's awesome. Great. So now you have your baselines and you also have written the definition what these baselines mean for you. Now,
Yes.
continuing from the last time when we discussed, when you did that speech activity, if you recall, we discussed about the qualities, some of those qualities that emerged.
Yes.
Now, with these baselines in place, what is the interpretation of these baselines is that whenever you are doing anything in your life, be it taking a decision or be it meeting with people, interacting with them, engaging with them, somewhere you are exhibiting these qualities and you are also expecting those to come to you. Okay.
Okay.
And in those scenarios where it is happening, you may feel good, you may feel happy. And in those scenarios where it is not happening, you may feel discontent, you may not feel happy. and that has an impact on your progression as well.
Yes.
So this framework of six baselines that you have just identified, now you need to utilize it to your advantage. Now, how to do that is what we are going to do next. So you can write the heading. The
Mm-hmm.
activity name is baseline expression. So what is it that needs to be done in this activity is, if you remember in the last session, we spoke about your wheel of life.
Yes.
So in wheel of life, we spoke about 8 areas of your life. And
Yes.
these are the important areas in which if we are able to have decent progress and satisfaction, which make you feel happy and make your life balanced. So what you need to do now is we will be going through each of these areas one by one and we'll check in the current state how many of your baselines are getting expressed or satisfied in each of these areas.
Okay.
So I will do it with you for one area so that you understand how it needs to be done. And then
Okay.
you need to complete the remaining ones. Okay. So now from the areas that we had discussed, uh, you may pick the one that you want to do with me. So these were career, finance and wealth, friends and family, recreation, entertainment, health, fitness, love
Okay.
life,
Relationship. Relationship.
love life or relationship. Okay, great. So you write down relationship as the first
Okay.
area. Okay. And as we are discussing, you may also write down whenever and whatever required. So now let's look at your first baseline. Your first baseline is abundance.
Yes.
So in your love life or relationship, currently, do you feel that you have abundance?
No.
So that means abundance is not expressed over here.
Yes.
So write abundance not expressed. Next,
Hmm.
next baseline.
Dominance.
Okay. So how is it with dominance?
No, not
Nothing.
nothing.
Currently, if I see in your relationship, there is no, you are
Hmm.
not in relationship, right?
Yes, I'm not. So
So all none of these baselines are going to be expressed that way.
yes.
So then let's pick up an area where is something happening. So that will give you more clarity. So
Okay.
right
So
now, keep it aside. We will address later.
okay.
So let's pick up some other area.
Career.
Career. Okay. So in career, let's see. Are you experiencing abundance as we speak?
Yes, I am.
How?
In terms of career, in my career, so my corporate life plus my business comes.
Yeah.
So abundance in terms of opportunities, abundance in terms of learning new things,
Mhm.
abundance in terms of meeting new people and learning from them.
So all across, you are finding that there is plenty, there is a lot of abundance. So now you may write abundance. Next. Now let's
One.
look at the definition of
So
dominance.
abundance experience, right? Expressed.
Expressed. So abundant, then dash, right? Expressed. So which means
Okay.
this baseline is expressed in your.
Hmm.
Now let's look at next, which is your dominance, right?
Yes.
So now look at your definition of dominance, and then let me know whether you feel that dominance is expressed in your career currently.
In my business, yes.
Mhm.
In my corporate career, no, because I'm a fresher, so they're not taking me seriously right
Okay. So you can write partially expressed.
Yes.
Okay. Let's look at next
Investing.
investment. Okay. How abundance is expressed or not expressed currently?
No, investing, right?
Yeah.
Investing.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is. It is expressed because I'm giving my 120% in both corporate career and my business.
Okay. So it is expressed.
Then
Next.
mastery.
Okay. Yeah. Now the
Partially
same thing.
expressed,
Hmm.
partially expressed in
So
my
in your
business.
business, it is expressed, and in your corporate life, not that, right?
No. Yes.
Okay. Partially expressed. Next.
Trust.
Hmm.
Trust. Again, partially. Like I trust my business. I mean, my broker, because we have like a business relationship of more than 4 years,
Hmm.
and I partially trust my colleagues because I don't know, I'm not able to trust them completely because of the politics.
So you can write partially.
Okay.
Hmm.
And growth
Hmm.
expressed.
Okay. So out of the six baselines, how many are expressed fully,
Three.
and three are partially expressed,
Yes.
right? Now the same
Yes.
way, let's move to the next area.
Okay.
So the next area is finances and wealth.
Okay.
You have the list of areas with you. You must have written it last time when we did the activity. Otherwise, you can just write down. I am telling you.
Okay.
So first is career, which you have
Yes.
already done. Second is
Yes.
finance and wealth.
Okay.
Friends and third is friends and family.
Okay.
Fourth is recreation and entertainment. Fifth is health and fitness.
Okay.
Sixth is relationship or love life.
Okay.
Seventh is your personal development.
Okay.
And eighth is your physical environment.
Physical environment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So physical environment for you comprises of your work, is your of your
My
where are
home.
you staying?
Okay. Okay.
So let's do it. And once you have done, then we will discuss further. And in case you are
Oh,
stuck anywhere or you feel free or you want my help, you can reach. You can.
oh.
I'm here. So let's go through all the area one by one, so you can start.
Sorry.
You can start sharing all the areas one by one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 minute.
Also, you are
So
also having
career.
cold today.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You got it. Yeah, go ahead. So career is clear. What we discussed next.
Okay. Finance and wealth,
Mm.
abundance expressed,
Okay.
dominance expressed.
Dominance, how is it expressed?
uh, like I am taking in charge of my finances, and year on year basis, like I am growing and like
Okay.
having like I'm investing and getting more assets under my name. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Yeah, next.
Mastery is expressed. Mastery is
Mm.
expressed because since 4 years I've been like doing my business of trading. So slowly
Mm.
but steady years, mastery has been expressed. Trust also has been expressed. Trust by my family and my friends. They can trust me with their finances and my guidance.
So you are managing their portfolio as well. That's how it is.
I used to, but now I'm just doing it on my own. And like my parents, before making any investment, be it real estate, stock, or whatever, or if
Mm.
someone brings them any offer, so they first consult to me and tell that concerned person to talk with me first.
Okay, got it.
So
Mm.
and growth, yes, was
Mm.
I started when I was 21, and now when I'm at 25, the growth has been exponentially good.
Okay. Next.
Now
So
we
in
come
this,
to
all your
yeah,
baselines are getting satisfied.
yes.
Okay. Mm.
Now friends and family,
Mm.
abundance is partially expressed
Mm.
looking at the current situation because right now in Mumbai, I just have like 4 to 5 friends. Whereas if you take out the overall picture, my Canadian friends, my 11th standard friends, my school friends, so there is abundance, like
Currently, you feel it is partially expressed.
partially.
Okay, got it.
Dominance is expressed
Mm-hmm.
because my friends call me for my guide, like to for some guidance or like
Mm.
some problem which they are having or like whatever. Like we discuss problems and they take my advice seriously. Dominance
Mm-hmm.
is expressed. Investing, yes. Just to like I can give a small example. Last weekend, like I invested my time and I called all of my friends, and we were
Okay.
like 15 people hanging out in a
Mm.
Zoom chat. Okay.
Okay. So you connected online with all of them.
Yes.
That's great. Yeah.
And like all my friends from Australia, Ireland, Canada, US, India, Gujarat, like it was like hodgepodge. Okay.
Mm. It was a cosmopolitan call. Huh?
Yes.
Which is good. Mm.
Mastery partially expressed
Okay.
because like now still have to build relationships with the colleagues itself and like
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
growth is also partially expressed looking at the current situation.
Okay. And why do you say so?
uh because now I have to still build new relationships with my colleagues and like up till now the growth has been there, like whenever I make friends or like whatever we share a lot of things and we help each other grow. So right now
Right.
I have to still have that kind of trust in
Mm.
them to have that relationship.
Okay. Got it. Mm.
Now recreation and entertainment,
Mm.
abundance is partially expressed,
Okay. Mm.
dominance is not expressed,
Okay.
investing partially because only on Sundays I am giving my recreation time like to drums.
Okay. Partially. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm.
Mastery not expressed
Okay.
because I'm still learning drums.
Mm.
Trust partially expressed because like yes, I trust my drums
Mm.
tutor.
Mm.
Growth yet to be expressed, like not expressed.
Okay. Mm. Right.
Health and fitness,
Mm.
abundance expressed,
Mm.
dominance expressed,
Mm.
investing expressed,
Okay.
mastery partially expressed,
Okay.
trust expressed,
Hmm.
growth also expressed.
Okay. So except one, I think all are expressed.
Yes. Relationship you can just not express for all. Like just
So it's not there. Yeah, that's understood. Next.
personal development, abundance is expressed,
Hmm.
dominance is expressed,
Hmm.
investing is expressed,
Hmm.
mastery is partially expressed,
Okay.
trust is expressed, and growth is also expressed.
Okay. Got it.
Now, physical environment,
Hmm.
abundance is expressed,
Okay.
dominance is not expressed.
Why?
Uh, like it is like at my workplace, so there is no dominance because I'm a fresher, and uh, at home also in Bombay I stay alone, right? So with whom I can like where can I share dominance, right?
Okay. Got it. Hmm.
Investing expressed, like I'm investing in my environments, be it
Hmm.
at home learning or developing myself, or like at the office learning from my bosses and colleagues. And mastery yet to be expressed, not expressed. Trust not expressed, looking into the work environment. At home, though I'm alone, so there is no one to trust. And growth is expressed because where I was last year and where I'm right now, physical environment has made a major impact on my growth.
Good. Now, quickly, for all the areas that you have expressed and not expressed, write down the count.
Write
Okay.
down the count.
Count of baselines expressed. So, for example, in career, there were three full expressed and then three were partially expressed.
Yes.
So, same way in each of those areas, how many are expressed, not expressed, or partially expressed?
Okay. So like you want a total count or like for count for each and
Each area,
every
or
each
each for
area?
each area,
Okay.
out of
Okay.
six, how many expressed, not expressed, and partially expressed?
Okay. Yes. Done.
Yeah. So, which is the area where your maximum baselines are expressed?
Finance and wealth.
Finance and wealth. Okay, great. So, least for you is relationship, which I think we already know.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, let me give you an interesting correlation. So last week when you did the Wheel of Life activity, your
Yes,
highest score was in learning personal growth, followed by wealth or
yes,
finance.
yes,
Your lowest score was in relationship,
yes,
followed by career.
yes,
So if you correlate the two, the areas where your baselines are not getting expressed, less expressed, are the areas where your score on Wheel of Life is low,
yes,
which means you are not progressing on those areas where you are not able to express your baselines.
yes,
Okay. So if we want to progress more in those areas where you are currently scoring low, what we need to do is to work out a way where you can express your baselines.
yes,
Make sense? Right.
yeah.
So that's the correlation. Because wherever, if you see, and that's what I was saying, wherever your baselines are getting expressed, you are feeling happy, you are
Hmm.
able you are able to progress faster. And wherever it is not happening, the converse is happening. So now let's start with and see how we can ensure that currently in the areas where your baselines are not getting expressed, they get start getting expressed. So that's now we are going to do. Is it clear or
Perfect.
any questions?
No, no, no. Perfect. Perfectly clear. Crystal clear.
Okay. So now this activity you can write down. This is known as plan of change.
Lalit, right now my pen just got over, so I don't have any other pen. So I'm just making notes in my mobile.
You want to get pen? You have another spare one?
I searched for it, but I don't have a spare one because now that's the
Okay.
problem. But I can blink it and like for 15 minutes, I can do it on my phone, and then once the pen comes in,
Do that. Any which ways you would require the pen, right?
exactly.
So you can order it.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
It's all right. It's all right. Do that. The technology has made our life so easier.
Yes, made us more lazy and more complacent.
So I remember when this was being launched, Blinkit. So I was
Yes.
wondering, like, who wants the things in 10 minutes and like that kind of a thing? But now, if you see, people have got used to it.
Yes, and like we got used to it, and it has made us lazy and more like laid back. I feel like we don't have to worry about things more.
So it has also impacted in a negative way that
Yes.
somewhere we have become poor planners
Yes.
because we know that at the last moment also we may will get it. So we postpone many things till the last. So I remember sometimes when we are deciding upon what to cook the next day, and if we don't have something, my wife tells me that no issues, I will order it in the morning and it will come.
So
And
yes, it is so true. It is so
yeah.
convenient, yet it has made us lazy.
So it's something like, this is an advantage to be utilized in
Yes,
emergency,
a blessing and a curse.
uh, to be utilized in emergencies, but if we get used to it, that makes us bad. So it's something like calculator.
Yes.
So some now many people find it difficult to even add and subtract just because we have the calculator. And
Oh yes, yes, yes.
yeah, so People don't calculate. They said, let me just calculate it or let me excel it. Well, this is what is happening these days. And yesterday we saw what happens
Oh,
when we have extreme reliance on technology.
yeah, Microsoft and even our
Yes.
servers. Our servers were also down.
So it was dangerous, straight out
It
of
is
some
very dangerous.
sci-fi movies that we have
Yes,
seen.
they can just
That
shut down the entire like top world companies only. Like the entire corporate companies can be shut down.
the greatest thing that I was worried about was the plane that were in air. How are they gonna
Yes,
land?
and like
Those
even while landing, also they require some systems, right? Like
absolutely, because if there are no systems, there would be collisions and there will be total chaos. So the planes that had not taken off, that are still fine, they're on ground. But people,
yes,
who were in the air and the planes that were in the air,
my
that
God,
was
my
it was
God.
really dangerous and catastrophic. I don't know how they managed it. So
Yeah, because while landing also they require a proper signal that
yes,
this is what is the runway number, this, that, something is there.
everything is
But
so
still,
interconnected now, and that's how the scheduling of landing is also done. So at any
exactly.
point of time, so many flights are in the air. So it's
Otherwise, the pilots will just land on the road itself.
yes, yes, yes. So that is how technologies has impacted us.
And
But
worst part is
sometimes,
Microsoft is yet to come out with a reason. Even they don't know what happened.
so the reason that they came in, there was a new batch of update which was launched, and probably there was some error with that new batch of update.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the reason. So it was not
But I
directly from the.
remember even our system was restarted and for the update. Like I remember. But
Hmm.
after that, the entire system, like we couldn't work. That's why we had to work for 12 hours. Because the work which was getting done in 6 hours was taking more time.
Yeah, that's true. So in most of the corporates, this was the same situation yesterday. So
My
I
God.
had some of the calls scheduled with one of the corporate clients, and those got postponed, delayed, and all those things. So it was difficult. But I am still wondering. So these are, of course, routine jobs which can be delayed. But for the emergency services and for these essential services, it must have been a
Hmm.
nightmare. So there were how many? I
Nightmare.
think 200 or flights or
And
300 flights for
and
Indigo cancelled.
that's what even like my director, my associate director, and like us, we discuss. Like
Yeah.
this could have been prevented if they had a contingency plan. Like in case they're doing an update, they
Hmm.
should be able to have a plan that in case this update fails, because
Hmm.
their reliance is so much. Like world is dependent on them.
Yeah. So the thing is, what came out in the newspaper is now Microsoft is also some cybersecurity company with whom they have tied up. So this update was from that company, the US cybersecurity. Okay.
Okay, okay,
And they had been launching these updates since 9th July in phases.
okay,
So that is what
okay.
was happening. So something happened yesterday, and that's how we landed up into this situation. So, since you spoke about technology, so I got reminded of this incident yesterday.
And just out of context, like
Yeah,
you take corporate clients also, right? So are you in conversation with the CEOs and the
yeah, I do.
okay? So like, what kind of coaching does a CEO require? Just out of
Executive coaching,
curiosity.
executive coaching. So
Okay.
leadership coaching, behavioral coaching. So that is what I
Wow.
provide. Yeah. So,
And what kind of coaching am I getting? It is like basically mental coaching.
what you are getting is more of a mentoring. Okay.
Okay.
So where there are
Yeah.
some things I am guiding you, I am providing you. So there is some framework we are following. I'm introducing you to the concepts. Then I'm also sharing experiences. Okay.
Yes.
So it is more of a mentoring that you are getting because this is what you need right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for executive coaching, it's mostly like you're just guiding them, like do this, do
So
that.
executive coaching is more towards the professional sides.
Okay.
Okay. So right now, what we are discussing is more to do with your self development. It's your
Mm-hmm.
personal development. But executive coaching is more towards the issues people face at work. So it could be
Work.
stakeholder management. Okay. It
Okay.
could be team management issues. It could be
Wow.
prioritization, that how to
Okay.
do better prioritization if somebody is struggling with that. Communication.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
this is more related to the work aspect that I do. So I think
Wow.
I shared with you last time on.
I would in the future, let's see. Like, I would love to like take your leadership coaching once.
Sure, sure, sure. So coaching is more requirement driven. Okay. So when we
Got
connected,
it.
and that's the reason we connected in the first session for assessment of what is it that you need right now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to work on that. And many a times
Yes.
it happens when I start, we work on a certain framework and all. Once that is done, and you feel that okay, now this is another thing which you would like to work upon because it's very dynamic.
Yes.
We
Yes.
proceed into that direction. So this is how it happens as well.
Perfect. Perfect.
So, so currently I'm, I had someone started here last week. So this person is has been working for 2 decades with an organization,
Wow.
and then his director reached out and he said that I have a set of employees who have grown being associated with the company, but then there are gaps which are existing. And
Okay.
when what happens is this may not sound very critical, but just to share an example with you. So this
Mm-hmm.
gentleman, who I just had one session last week, just because he was not able to do the prioritization effectively. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it was costing company a lot. For example, he himself shared something which could otherwise cost, say, 10,000 rupees.
Uh-huh.
Because of not being able to prioritize the things kindly, it was costing 1 lakh rupees.
My God.
Yeah. So
Almost
10
10 times.
times,
Yes.
10 times.
Yes.
So that is how it is. So I always say, no, it's like, consider it like that. You are facing some challenge. So you are climbing a mountain. Okay.
Hmm.
So you have a small pebble inside your shoe. So you know something is there, but then you are managing. Now, if you don't take it
Being
out,
aware of the problem. Yes. Yes.
yeah, if you don't take it out, you continue walking. It will injure your feet like anything. That forget climbing mountain, you will not be able to walk even.
Walk. Yes. Yes. That is so true. That is so true.
So this is the compound effect of problems. So we
And
all see.
I'm a big believer of compound interest because finance guy. So have to put in 1%, like
Yeah,
every week also if I'm doing 1%, that itself is like the compounding effect will take care of itself.
absolutely. And somewhere I think your investing background helps you there because you know
Yes.
how
Yes.
compounding works.
And the magic of compounding. That is the
Yeah.
eighth wonder of world. Yeah, that is a cliche line which you hear, but that is true.
No, absolutely, it is true, and it is applicable in almost everything that we do.
Everything.
Everything we do, because if we don't do it, we face the negative impact, and if we do it, we see the positive impact over a period of time. Simple as
Time.
that.
Yes.
So this is
And
how it works out.
yes. Perfect.
Good. So now let's start with the plan of change. By the time your pen is getting delivered, you may uh, so you will not be able to write. Okay, so I think that let's let it come so that you're able to do it effectively. But in the meantime, let me explain how this needs to be done so that you're able to you are clear
Perfect.
with it.
Perfect.
So, for example, let's look at career. Now, in career, there
Hmm.
are three baselines which are getting partially expressed. So, what we'll do, we'll pick the first baseline that is being partially expressed. So, for
Okay.
example, it was so let's consider it was abundance, right? Partially expressed, or which one?
Uh, Sorry.
Uh,
Entertainment, right?
in the career, which one was being partially expressed? The baseline.
Three, dominance and trust.
Dominance and trust. So,
Yeah.
so let's look at dominance first. Now,
Okay.
why do you say that dominance is partially expressed?
Uh, because I am still treated as a fresher, which is totally on good. But whenever I put across a point or like have some feedback, that is ignored completely. Maybe I
Experience
am
is
coming off.
one. Yeah.
My friends told me I come off as an arrogant guy rather than being a humble guy. That was the feedback which I got.
The two things. What you feel is just
Yes,
because you are new, you are not taking seriously.
yes,
The feedback that you are getting is
yes.
that it's because of your behavior,
Because of my tone, apparently.
because
Yes,
of your tone, and or so let's put it this way. What you feel, what you think is the reason, and what people are telling you are
okay.
different, which is the perception that is being created is that
Yes,
you are somewhere the arrogant person.
yes.
And the reason behind arrogancy is the tonality.
Sorry?
The reason behind you coming across as arrogant is the tone.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Anything else that you feel is responsible for you not being taken seriously?
Uh, Alongside arrogance, I have a feedback from my associate director that I take things casually, which is
Okay.
the opposite. For me, I take things seriously. I'm not a casual guy, but
Hmm.
he thinks taking it casually.
Hmm.
Maybe because he's seen me like in the canteens drinking chai, mingling with other group of friends, like other group financial guys. Like
Hmm. So somewhere you come across as someone who is a young chap, not very serious.
yes,
Okay. Who is uh, speaking in a way which is not acceptable by majority,
thought
if I may call it. Yeah.
yes, yes,
So if I mix all these things, what is happening is uh, an incorrect perception is being created about you.
yes.
Okay. And that is not really related or connected to you being new or old.
Okay, got it,
Got it?
got it, got it.
Yeah. Because if you look at your manager's feedback and your colleagues' feedback,
Yes.
so what could be happening is you being new or you being young
Hmm.
is maybe adding on to this. So
Got it.
if you are careless, the opinion that is being formed is he's a young guy who is not very much serious, a little casual, early stage
Hmm.
of the career.
Hmm.
Got it? Or the colleagues are
Got it.
saying he's young guy who is doing well. He has most of the things. That is why he is arrogant.
Yes.
So being young, being inexperienced, may be acting as a catalyst, but that's not the core reason.
Okay.
Okay. And let me give you an
Okay.
example how it works out. So while
Okay.
I was working into the corporate world, uh,
Hmm.
and this I'm telling you around 12 years back. Okay. So I was heading a branch and I had a fairly large team of people reporting into me. And then I had one guy joining in. He was a young guy, uh,
Hmm.
fresh MBA from a good institute. Okay. And then he was given to me, he joined my team. So I had one ritual which I used to follow every day, which was taking a morning huddle of my team.
Wow.
And in that huddle, we used to discuss the plan of the day. What is it that we are going to do? What happened yesterday? And people used to share, the team used to share their commitments as well. So this was a morning ritual. How long did it used to last? maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes to maximum 30 minutes. So standing meeting kind of a thing. That used what we used to do. Now
Okay.
this guy comes in. One day he's missing from the huddle. I ask him the reason. So he tells me that I have bought a new used car, and so
Mhm.
we were doing a small puja home,
Okay.
and that's why I got delayed. I said,
Mhm.
okay, but what stopped you from informing? So
Got
there
it.
was no answer for that. Okay. After a few days, again he's not there. And when he comes, I do ask him that what was the reason. So now this time the car broke down. Okay. And then there were similar instances multiple times. So what
Okay.
happened was the guy, the feedback about that guy when he was given to my team, and he was given to me in my team uh, as per the instruction of the regional national head. So okay, so
Okay.
it, he was recruited centrally, and then he was into the corporate office for some time before being sent to my location because he was a local guy and given into my team. So the feedback that I was, he's a sharp guy, smart guy, and he's good. Okay. So with that feedback, he
Okay.
came and he was enthusiastic, willing to share the stuff and all that. Now, what was happening is because of these small incidents that were happening,
Hmm.
perception that I had that he's non-serious,
Hmm.
he's casual, because what reasons he was sharing with me were pretty trivial. All these things, most of those things for which he was not able to reach, could have been managed. But I feel if could not be managed, he could send an information. He could at least just pick up the phone and inform me, I'm getting delayed or this is what is happening.
Got it.
Are you getting it? So
Yes. Yes.
the guy was good. He was enthusiastic, fun-loving, bundle of energy. But because of his actions, what he was doing, and this being one, some of the things that they do. Beyond that, also there were the way he used to talk was more of immature. It used to come as a slightly immature, this kind of a thing. Okay.
Okay.
So the perception led to a situation where I recommended him transferring from my team to somebody else.
Wow.
So, are you
Hmm.
getting it? Because this is a real life
Yeah, yeah, I
scenario.
got it. I got it.
So, there is a saying in corporate world, and whenever you are working, but I feel that's true for throughout our life. Perception is reality.
Perception is real.
Perception is reality. How people perceive you
Yes.
is how you come across.
That is true. That is true.
That is going to be, or that becomes a deciding factor as you move forward in your career. And many people throughout I have seen just because not being able to create the right perception. And I'm not saying faking anything, and I'm not saying window dressing anything. It is just about
Hmm.
projecting who you are truly.
Properly with yeah.
It is what is required.
Because if you are projecting, if you are a serious, real, like proper dedicated person, you would show that rather than being casual, laid back. Yes.
Yeah. So if you are serious, see if you are if somebody is casual and then that's the projection, that's fine. It's fine. But if you are somebody else, but people are not seeing the right you,
Hmm.
people are considering you to be someone else, then that harms your prospects. And many people, like these days, there is a trend. People do say, "See, I'm like that. Only take it or leave it," and all those kind of things. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work that way. So these are essential things that needs to be done. So coming back, is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
So, in order for you to display dominance, this is what needs to be worked upon
Okay.
in your career. Okay. So, what I want you to do now is tell me what are the things that you're going to do so that this problem that we just discussed is addressed. And for you to identify that, what needs to be done is what are you doing currently, which is leading to creation of this perception.
Uh, first in my first month, as you like in your example, you highlighted it.
Mm.
I was late couple of times,
Yeah.
and I left office early, and that's what my boss saw. And he gave instructions that I don't want you to. This is the time we follow. This is the time we exit. I can't repeat this time and time again. You have to understand this. But after that, I never repeated that. Till today, I am on time. I am the first one to enter, last one to leave. That's a
Right.
different story. But then they handed me a important project, and very important project, which should be handled by an experienced guy, but they gave it to me, and I took it. And it was a very big project that was consuming a lot of time. But
Mm.
the only thing they didn't have was time. So there was a lot of pressure to like get the work done. And as a fresher, I was putting focus on getting the work done rather than documentation. So then I realized that documentation is more important than the work being done.
Mm.
So whenever my boss used to ask me how much work do you still do, it was a verbal conversation. And then he was like, "How will I track it? Where is the tracker? How are you not maintaining a tracker?" So a tracker is a basically Excel sheet which we use to like track cases. So it wasn't maintained. And then I started maintaining my tracker. I was doing my job. But all of a sudden, this Monday, my boss comes and he's like, "Your case has been handed over to this guy. Please do the handover procedure and sit with him and hand over him the 400 cases which have been allotted to you and just give him." So the entire week, we have like now 300 cases have been allocated to him. And on Monday, more 100 will go to him. And in this case, the boss didn't even have a plan to allocate. This guy, that's what I'm telling you. This guy just swooped in, went to the boss, and he's like, "I'm going to take in charge of these cases. You just take it from him. I'm going to do it." And boss is like, "Okay, done. Do whatever you want to do." So yeah, this is what
So when
happened.
the boss came to you, what did you do?
Uh,
When the boss asked you to allocate
yes.
the cases to your
He
colleague,
didn't ask me right now. He didn't even tell me. This new guy who has come. He's like the old guy who is there. He only is telling me that I have taken the permission. Right now, the boss hasn't verbally told me that the case has been handed over. But yeah, this guy is like I have told him. He was very relieved, and now I'm taking over your cases, and even he's happy. So yeah.
so then what is the thing now you need to do?
Well, I'll be honest. For a split, like for 1 hour, I was very upset that my entire work. And best part is like out of those 400 cases, 200 cases I closed, and rest 200 were in the final stage of closing. So imagine in final stage of closing when there is no work, this guy just swoops in and takes all your cases and your credit, and he's painting you as a bad guy in front of your boss. Like he did that, he did this. So my initial instinct was like, man, what is happening? I was very frustrated. Then second thing, I was like, okay. I read the book. I read my state, went into a good state. I was like, okay, fine. It's fine. It's my learning curve. Nothing will happen. So I started helping him in like, I started cooperating with him and started guiding him that this is how it is
Mm.
done. This is how you should
Mm.
do. I started helping him out so that whatever happens, the cases are done and the work is done. I started helping him out. And on Friday, I asked him like, why did you like, because first 2 days
Mm.
he was screaming at me. He was like going at me as though he's my boss. So
Mm. Mm.
yesterday I asked him like what was like I started asking for feedback. So this guy was like, you came across as very arrogant guy. That's why I had to be like that. Otherwise, mistakes are everyone makes mistakes. It's fine. Blah blah blah. This is your learning curve. Don't worry.
Hmm. Okay,
So yeah.
got it. So this is what happened. You cooperated, and that's how you are sailing through the
Yes.
situation correctly.
And this was only thanks to you, because if I wasn't aware of my states, I would be petty. I would be
Yeah,
below average state. I would be controlling, not cooperating. Like I would be like, no, I won't help you. You only figure it out. I hope you screw up the cases, like being petty basically. But rather, I was more matured and like understood. Okay, fine, you take over the cases.
which is amazing. Which is amazing that what you did was the right thing and it helped you. And if
Yes,
I see it, this is somewhere the reactive application of the states that we discussed last time. If something went
yes,
bad, you utilize your state.
exactly.
Okay. So, which is good, and you may continue doing so as and when you are landing up into situations. Now,
Mhm.
over here, what we need to do is um, how to avoid these similar situations, or broadly, what can you do to work on the perception that is being created about you? What are the
Uh,
steps you can take?
I can like be more open with my boss, like have a good communication with him with a very
Hmm,
humble tone rather than just direct tone, like this assertiveness which I like. Rather, I can be polite yet firm with him
hmm.
and just make him like understand that I am serious, and then I can showcase him that okay, fine, this is my mistakes which I did. Now this is my learning curve. I'll make sure that this won't happen again, and try to be more polite and more respectful of him, because I am respectful of him, but it isn't coming across as I'm respectful.
So, what is it that you can do differently so that you come across as respectful?
Yes, and tone. I can change my tone while
So,
speaking with him, and whenever like take things seriously, like because he's saying that I'm the first guy to enter,
hmm,
and at 6:30 I'll pack my bag and go before this week. But now he's seeing me that I'm first guy to enter and last guy to enter. So
hmm.
small changes are being made.
So, what I would like you to do
Yes.
is take few minutes, think through what are the action steps which you can take in this direction starting from Monday.
Okay. Only in
And
terms of career and dominance, right?
so, yeah, so you have to uh, think through and then write down. Till the time your pen arrives, you can do it in your mobile the way you were doing.
Okay.
So, first for this only, then we'll of course move forward. Now, what you need to keep in mind is, and this is for this step and all the subsequent steps also, we are not here talking about an ideal scenario. Okay,
Hmm.
that something which you are not doing right now, I am not expecting you to change overnight
Okay.
because that doesn't happen. And even if it is not sustainable. So what I'm asking you to do is whatever action steps you are deciding, those should be practical, that may
Hmm.
require some effort from you, but should not be totally out of reach.
Got it.
Got it? So you may, while deciding on the steps, you may consider the possible limitations or the challenges
Okay.
that 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 may come into the way of those action steps. Because once those are decided, you write them down.
Hmm.
Those have to be implemented.
Okay.
Okay. So take few minutes, think through it, and whatever we discuss, based upon that, decide upon what is it that you can do differently from Monday onwards. If you have any question, ask me.
For everyone, everything, right? For the partially which is there.
For right now, it is for career only. What I'm saying,
Okay. Okay.
because we discussed regarding the career only. So in
Okay.
career, three of your baselines are being partially expressed.
Yes.
So now what we need to do is we need to ensure that these baselines are fully expressed. In order to do so, there have to be some change, and those that change will come when you act or
Yes.
do something which is differently. So what we are doing here is identifying those action steps.
Okay.
Okay. So what are the action steps?
So for dominance,
Hmm.
being firm yet humble, using of like the tone wise, I should be firm but yet humble and having clear communication with my boss. Like
So when you say clear communication, uh, what is happening currently?
so he had given me a very unrealistic target and very like 400 cases have to be done in 3 days.
Hmm.
And me being fresher, I didn't want to disappoint my boss, so I was telling yes to everything what he was saying, rather than pointing up, rather than maintaining a communication saying that this is what I can do in one day, but this is doing perfectly. The work is being perfectly. This is what I can do, and giving him a realistic target rather than saying yes to everything what he's saying.
So clear communication is that whenever work is coming your way, if you have some doubts and concern, you will share with.
Yes, and I'll be more open to like expressing like this is what my concerns are. How can I tackle this problem? Rather, I
Hmm.
was just taking it on my own and just okay, I can manage. I can manage. I won't disturb my boss. My boss has said this. I can't disturb it.
So seeking support, that's the second thing which is coming up, right?
Yes,
If you
yes,
feel that you are not able to do or you have some challenges, you will ask his support for the same.
yes,
Okay. That's good. That's great. So the action step that is coming now is clear communication. And in clear communication, uh, if something you find is not possible or challenging, you will clearly share your concerns. And also, whenever you feel that you need support, you will tell him.
yes.
Okay. What else will you do? What are the things have you written?
Yeah, for dominance, we need to do things.
Hmm. Okay.
And mastery, I've
Hmm.
written taking challenges as learning curve,
Hmm.
make new mistakes but not old.
Okay. Now, which sounds good, but how are you going to do that?
Like right now, the project which was given to me, I did it only efficiency wise, 75% it was efficient. But
Hmm.
in corporate, they want 100% efficiency. So now
Hmm.
I have understood, okay, this is the process. Like the mistakes which was done in this project won't happen in the future because I'm aware of those mistakes. But the new mistakes can arise from that. It is just a learning curve. So that will help me master.
So when the new project is coming your way, what is it that you are going to do
I won't
differently?
repeat the old mistakes which happened in this project, but
Huh.
rather new mistakes. I don't know what mistakes can happen, right? New mistakes.
So in the previous one, what was the reason that those mistakes did happen?
Proper documentation. Like I wasn't documenting my work. I wasn't documenting. I wasn't looping in the team, the mail trails. I was replying to the vice presidents one on one.
Okay.
So a very serious, very small mistakes which happened.
Hmm.
But yet that was a big one.
So if you look at it, what you are trying, what you are stating is more of a reactive approach. So you did one mistake and then one project, learn from
Yeah.
it, and then you are not going to repeat it, which is good.
Yes.
Okay, learning from
Yes.
mistakes is really appreciated. Now, can we add one more thing into this? That
Yes.
okay, are you talking to that delivery guy?
No, no, done, done. I got my pen.
Got it. Okay. So one more thing which can be done over here is that the when the project is being located to you, can you ask for the expectations?
Yes.
That okay, what is the outcome expected? Why, where, by when it is expected? And during the process, how am I supposed to do, or what is their expectation from me?
Yes. So yesterday only I made sure like I'm next time whenever I'm in conversation with my boss, I'm going to take minutes of the meeting. I'm going to note
Yeah.
each and every expectation he has,
Mm.
and I'm going to draft the email, send it to him that there's a clear communication. And afterwards, whatever challenges I'm facing, I'm going to ask him in a very polite manner that whenever he's free in the day, just let me know. I want to discuss these points, and then discuss it and then overcome those challenges.
That's great. Yeah. So what you've decided is correct. And this will help you and having the right set of expectations even before starting off. And adding on to it, the mistakes, the learnings that you had from last time will help you in moving forward.
Yes.
And when you are interacting with him regularly, it will also help you in understanding if you are going into the right direction or not, if there is something which needs to be done in a different manner, you will be able to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can make a note of this if you have already done. Then tell me what else have you written.
For mastery, right now I've written only this point.
Okay. So
Because to
which was
master something, for master to be a master, you require some time, right? You have to allocate some
yeah.
time.
Hmm. Another thing which I can suggest you also can you do is in addition to your manager, do you have some senior colleagues as well?
Yes, my director.
So you may also ask your senior colleagues for how they do the work, what is the kind of process do they follow, so that you can also learn from their experiences.
Hmm. Yes.
Because if you are new and you are on the learning, so one, of course, you are learning from your experiences, but why not learn from somebody else's experience too?
100%.
Yeah. So that will help you in avoiding the mistakes that they did and also adopting the best practices which are working for
Yes.
them. Mm.
True.
Okay.
And yes, just to add a small point, this guy like who took my project, so even he was
Yeah.
telling me at that like yesterday that
Mm.
even when I was new, even I made mistakes, but
Mm.
we made sure that we never made that mistake again. And also like whenever we were speaking to Raj, like that is our boss, that's my boss's name. We
Mm.
used to have a humble tone. You
Mm.
come off. That's what. Yeah.
Mm. So which is good. Of course, when you are new, and so being new or not, any which ways, it always pays to be humble. And from my experience, I can tell you, I have worked with some of the very efficient and effective senior people, including CEOs, who are very humble. Okay.
Yes.
So, and for the good people, it's the humility that matters. And see, uh, ultimately, what matters is how you make someone else feel. Okay.
Yes.
Be it your boss or anyone else. Ultimately, people remember you for your behavior, attitude, or conduct, whatever you call it,
Hmm.
for longer durations. So if
Yes.
you look at it, one of the leaders that is widely spoken about in our country is Mr. Ratan Tata.
Yes.
And of all the things that he has done, he is most remembered or most revered for his humility.
True.
Yeah. So
That is so true.
yeah,
Yes.
and uh, and if you look at yourself only, you know, What you remembered from the gesture of that Sardar guy who gave you
Yes.
kada, okay, was his behavior.
Yes. Yes.
Ultimately, that is what matters because that leaves a long lasting impression and it works both ways. Someone who has been
Mhm.
brash, we remember throughout the life, and someone who has been kind, we remember throughout the life.
Yes. Like, yeah. Just to add on to this point, like how Virat Kohli come across as an aggressive,
Yeah.
arrogant guy, and whereas MS Dhoni comes across as a very humble, down to
Yes,
earth guy.
absolutely. So
Yes.
it is, how do you want to be known as?
Yes.
See, the problem with that Virat Kohli kind of approach is uh, people may idolize you, praise you
Hmm.
when things are going your way. Okay.
Yes.
As long as as soon as he goes out of form, people will be after him. That he's someone doing this, doing that. They will start nitpicking everything in his behavior.
Yes.
While for a person like Dhoni, even when he is not performing, even when he is
Hmm.
not playing, he is still remembered for this good thing, and he gets more support.
Yes.
And this, Virat Kohli has gone through this kind of phase. Okay, so he lost his form for a couple of years, and then
Yes.
he was going through. So people were looking at how much time he's spending with his family and all those stuff.
Hmm. No, that is
Okay,
so true.
yeah. So this is what happens. So and that is what goes well. And the same, if you see, is with Elon Musk.
Hmm.
Hmm? He also doesn't come across as someone who's humble.
Yes.
So the things that he was doing in the taking over of the Twitter and all those things, not
Yes.
really working his way. Let him do
Not
one mistake and then see what happens.
people are just waiting for it.
Huh?
People are waiting for him to make a mistake.
When you are that kind of a person, as long as you are able to uh, perform exceedingly well and you are
Hmm.
able to deliver, people remain quiet. But the day you make some mistakes and things don't go your way, they will be after you.
Yes.
Good. So
Got
that's
it.
why
Got it.
it's, yeah. So that is why it is very important, very critical to be humble
Hmm.
with your manager. And just to give you a perspective, it's not only with manager, with the people that you are dealing. And even if you are a humble person, you have a high humility, but somewhere you are coming across as somebody else, then of course you need to work on that. So in
Yes.
communication, we do talk about the various facets and elements that lead to creating a projection of yours and how it impacts your relationship with people.
Yes. True.
Points clear? What is it that you're
Point is
going to
clear.
do?
Crystal clear.
So you already now, so you now you have the action points about your career. That this is
Yes.
what you're going to do, and once you do this, these baselines should be expressed.
Yes.
Now let's pick up the second area,
Okay.
and let's pick up now. Yeah, which one? Which is the other one that you want to pick up? Let's pick up
Re-
relationship. Right.
Relationship, because there is zero.
So let's pick that. So
Yes.
in relationship, what is it that you can do so that your first baseline of abundance get expressed?
Uh, Meet a genuine girl which I am into,
Hmm.
and yes, have a conversation with the person which I'm interested in.
Let's go a step back. Where can you find such people, such girls with whom you can have conversations?
That I have no idea about.
So I remember you mentioning in, I think, one of the earlier sessions about your office colleagues and all.
Yes.
Okay. So do you have the opportunity out there?
I, uh, I have.
So if you have the opportunity out there, what's happening
Yes,
currently? Like you are not finding them interesting, or like what is it?
the ones which are like last week I was sitting with my boss in his cabin, right?
Hmm.
So the ones which I found interesting, they are on the 29th floor, and I'm on the 28th floor with my
Hmm.
boss.
Hmm.
And there is a colleague in our team also, which I find her interesting, but not to that extent.
Okay. So those whom you are not finding interesting, that's fine. Okay. So you
Yes.
don't really need to force. But for the
Yes.
ones who are on the higher floor,
Yes.
what can you do about them?
Have a conversation with them, but it doesn't like she's in a different department, I'm in a different department, and like sure, in the lift we have spoken twice, thrice, and every day we look at each other, laugh, like give each other smile, but that's it.
Okay.
Directly go approach her in office, in work environment, that itself puts me at a very riskier position.
So there is nothing related to the work where you need to engage with her.
No, there is nothing.
Okay. And it's a casual interaction that you have till now.
Yes.
Are you connected on social media?
Right now I'm off Instagram for like 6 months because I'm focusing on my growth. So, but yeah,
Okay.
I am there.
So can you connect with her on social media to start with?
Yes, I can.
Hmm? Because what you are
I can.
looking for is an icebreaker.
Yes.
Now, once you connect out there, I think that could be a good starting point.
Okay.
Uh, So that's a suggestion. So I need to know from you whether that works well for you or like how do you find it?
So, sure, that will work. That will work because for the last 6 months, I have deleted Instagram because that was consuming a lot of my time, and like I was getting petty, comparing each other
Hmm.
lives. So
Hmm.
I was in that trap basically.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
now, while I have left social media, I'm more focused towards the actual things that are going on in my life, and I'm more happy and content. But to go back to that stage, because I was like through social media, I was like interacting with a lot of friends, a lot of girls, you can say, in my DMs, and we were talking a lot.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I can go because right now I'm more mature than 6 months. So
But you can think about it. This somewhere if what I don't want, as I said earlier, that you do something in one direction and that should not disturb the other things because
yes,
social media has its flaws. So it is indeed addictive and you have already experienced it. So
yes.
if you're not there, let's look at what are the other ways in which you can connect with
And I'll be honest with you, like I in Canada, I have used Bumble, I have used Tinder, I have
them.
been on like multiple 8 to 10 dates, you can say.
Hmm.
But that was my student life, and I was an immature youngster. But right now, given where I am right now in my life,
Hmm.
so I don't want to use those apps also in India, especially.
So that is fine. You don't necessarily need to do that. Because first is if you have some opportunity of finding like-minded people within your ecosystem, why
Yeah.
not first explore that? That's what we should be doing. If not, then if nothing there, then of course we can look outside.
Okay.
So is it only the one girl that is there, or there are others as well?
Well, in my drum class, the tutor is also like my age also, and she is very attractive, and we have a
Hmm.
like you know eye contact, we have smile, like, but that is normal, I guess, for a teacher. Yes, and yeah, but she's my age only, so
Okay, your teacher is also your age. Hmm.
yes, drum class.
Hmm.
So
So what can be done is maybe identify who are the interesting girls within your environment currently.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, just think over. So maybe in office, in drum class, or somewhere else also, wherever it is. And then what needs to be found out that if you have to make friends with them,
Hmm.
what is it that you can do? So,
Got
for
it.
example, with your tutor,
Yes.
of course, you have common interest between the two of you,
Yeah.
which is drum. So she's teaching and you are learning.
Yes.
Now, within that, can you explore some other common interests?
Sure, I can.
Yeah, because then there is some amount of comfort which is existing between the two of you when you are
Hmm.
interacting. So when you are talking, and if she's of same age, then you can always ask like, what else do you do? So try to know a little more by not being
Hmm.
interrogative, but more
Yes.
curious.
Yes. Okay.
So it could be, so what are the safe topics? I can give you some examples. So it could be related to sports,
Yes.
mm, movies,
Okay.
yeah. Uh, if she's interested in, say, current affairs or anything, that could be
Uh-huh.
another thing. Another one. And if you know which city, place she's from, so if you both are from Maharashtra, Mumbai, Pune, etc., could be another common ground.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe asking a little bit about, so since she's a creative person,
Yes.
what other creative interests she is having. Something
Yes.
which you are good at is investing.
Hmm.
Maybe asking what is it that she is doing for investing,
Got it.
because there are many people, and when I coach people, one of the common things that I have found is youngsters are interested in managing their wealth, but then they don't know how.
Mm.
Okay, so many times they ask me to refer some, wealth manager or someone who can guide them.
Got it.
So she's of your age, so you may also explore, because this investing is
Yes.
something which you are good at, and if you are able to find that in some way, if you can help her, that becomes the connection. In fact, if you ask
Mm.
me, that gives me an idea. Investing is something which you may use to connect with people
Mm.
who would not like to make good money, and someone who is already doing it, and if they get something from you, that will make them interested. It's not
Got
about
it.
getting rich. It's not about making money overnight.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I'll be honest. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Just to add on to that point. So
Mm,
I was in Goa visiting my best friend. So
mm,
he introduced me to a colleague,
mm.
and we bonded over investing only. And then his colleague asked for my number. So she and I, we were texting each other. We were going at it. But then I realized that he was just like interested in what are the stocks which are trending right now, and not me.
So which is quite possible, and that's
Yes.
why what we are here doing is not analyzing anything. Because
Mm-hmm.
whenever you are trying to get into a relationship, you also need to understand the other person. And the way you
Yes.
recognize that who are the gold diggers and who are the
Yes.
genuinely interested people, that will come to you. So, but
Yes. That
investing,
is true.
yeah. So, what we are saying here is using your expertise on investing as a plank to make an outreach.
Got it.
Got it? Because the people you are dealing with are also young. They are also upmarket going, earning decent money in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are doing so, You add value to them, that makes them curious, that makes them interested, and then you can always take it forward from there on.
Yeah.
And if you usually look at it, in your past also, whenever you might have got into relationship, there has to be some commonality. There has
Yes.
to be something common which gets you
Yeah.
started, but then you don't necessarily stop there. You always take it forward from there on.
Uh,
And now, what you can also additionally do is that when you are doing it, you also need to check that whenever you are with that girl or that person, whether you feel that your baselines are getting expressed or not expressed.
got it.
And that will be an indicator for you whether this is the right person for me or not.
Mhm.
And investing being one of your top six baselines, we are using that to get started.
Got it.
And this works really well. So I had one of those girls. I coached her when she just had a breakup. Okay. So she had a
Okay.
breakup and she was really into a low state and all that. So I coached her over a period of time. She got well, and of course, one fine day, I think after 1 year, I received a message from her that he got engaged, okay, with some other guy.
Wow.
And then she tells me
Wow.
that,
That's amazing.
yeah, and then she tells me that the learnings she had in terms of identifying the right partner by using her baselines helped her immensely. So, what she learned, she was able to utilize down the line 1 year. So,
That is
this
great.
is,
That is great.
yeah, so that this is how it helped because when she was going through it, she was in a terrible state. She was terrible.
Mhm.
That is how it worked out. Of course, once she became better, she was able to utilize because many a times, if you see, now we are not clear that what we are doing is actually the right thing to do or not. We don't know.
No.
And then it's more of a hunch. And when you are
Hmm.
starting from a point of indecision and confusion, that doesn't really take you into the right direction. You don't get the desired results on most occasions.
Got it. Got it. No,
So,
that is true. That is true. Like, and normally I just go after my hunch only. That is because I wasn't aware of these things. So yeah.
uh, so these baselines are going to help you in finding your partner, making your friends,
Hmm.
taking decisions. So even if say you get an opportunity that you are invited for an event and then you are in two minds whether I should go or not go.
Hmm.
All you need to do is see if I go there, which of my baselines are going to be expressed, and if I don't go, which of my baselines are not getting to be expressed.
Got it.
Got it? And that will help you in making decisions because wherever your baselines are getting expressed, you will feel happy.
That is so true. That is so true.
And you should do the things that make you happy. S-
Hmm.
Simple as that. And that makes the decision easier. So not only will you be able to make the decision, but once you have taken that, you will be at peace with yourself that you have taken the right decisions.
Yeah.
Mm. So in
Got it.
all these aspects, you can use it. That is how it works out.
Perfect. Perfect.
Got it? Now, what you need to do is, so we have worked on two areas currently.
Hmm.
Okay. So, so in relationship, we just worked on the first part only. So, do your homework, complete this
Okay.
for all the areas that we discussed. Wherever your baselines are not meeting, What is it that you can do so that
Hmm.
your baselines get expressed?
Perfect. Perfect.
And do it clearly so that once we are starting the next week, uh, I would like to hear it from you. What are the action steps you have decided upon? And if there are any inputs from my side, I will give you that.
Perfect.
Okay, great. So we stop here. Now, what has been your key learning from today's session?
That now I have my baselines defined. Now I know, like, okay, abundance, dominance, investing, mastery, trust, and growth. This is what I want. So now my decision making will be more crystal clear of what will make me happy and what will not make me happy.
Great. So now you have a clarity on how to move
Clarity.
forward.
Yes.
That is what
Yes.
is
Yes.
fantastic.
In
So
fact,
even to the extent of job or
mm,
profession,
mm-hmm,
so many times we get confused what kind of work I should do.
mm,
Use your baselines.
yes.
This is the kind of
Yeah.
profession. If I go this, if I do this, then how it will impact my baseline. If I don't do this, how it will impact my baseline. So it helps you in choosing the right career for you as well.
Perfect. Perfect.
And if you see why you, and this is more in hindsight, why you have been able to stick to investing is somewhere it is aligning with your baselines. It is giving you abundance. It is giving you dominance. You like investing.
Yes.
That
Yes.
is,
And I'm so passionate about it. Like now, yeah, it is so true.
yeah. So in hindsight, also it is connecting, and that is why you have been
Mm,
able to stick to it.
yes.
Great. So before we sign off, any questions? Anything I want to ask?
No, no, no. No questions. And yes, now my major focus this week would be like using those baselines, like
Yeah,
having a plan of change for everything, and yeah, focusing on the relationship. Let's see what happens.
absolutely. So I will,
Yes.
for your daily activity, I will be sending you a different sheet today based
Okay.
upon the discussions that we had. So the way
Okay.
you were sharing your daily assignment, do it
Uh,
as per this sheet only. So
okay.
what will be happening? Whatever you were doing will be there. There will be some additional questions to it. Okay.
Okay.
That is
Okay.
what is going to happen. And this plan of change activity is something to be done one time. Do it when we discuss this next week. Then you
Hmm.
can start with the implementation in all those areas. So right now, if you want to implement in whatever we have discussed, you can do that. That's,
Yes.
that's perfectly fine. I'm not stopping you from that.
Got it.
Okay, Venkatesh. Thank you very much for joining.
Yes.
It was
Thank you so much, Lalit.
great
It was a
connecting.
very good session. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, and I will see you next Saturday.
Yeah.